Well, hello. Here's another video with a Q&A. And today I'm talking to Mary Jane Roy. In order to properly introduce her, if you've seen a video before, you know what's going to happen. Eye contact is getting lost, and I'll read from my notes so I know for sure I do an absolute proper introduction. So, Mary Jane is an advisor in training for thriving people and workplaces at the company called Creating Waves, which is based in the Netherlands. Mary Jane is a thriving workplace advocate, and she shares seriously fun, but also practical, science-based tips, tools, and knowledge, so people and organizations can flourish. Mary Jane, thank you so much for being part of this LinkedIn Q&A series.
Thank you for inviting me, Petra. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. And for those of you watching us, Mary Jane and I have actually known each other for a long time, and I strongly encourage you to look her up and follow her because you won't regret it. But without further ado, what you're doing
for promoting one's business, i.e. open registrations, workshops, trainings, etc., in a posting on LinkedIn?
Excellent. I love that question because I'm pretty sure you're not the only one who's sort of wondering what's the best way to go about it. Generally, I feel LinkedIn, it's a network, and networking is about building relationships. Having said that, when you're running a business, as we both do, you do want people to, let them know if there's a workshop or something else they can sign up for. Now, sometimes I see people on LinkedIn and they post about their workshop, and I'm curious. I go to their profile and see, oh, what else have they been up to? And there's nothing. Now that, if we're talking etiquette as far as it exists, would be a definite no-no. If you're only coming on LinkedIn to promote your business, I would say just go to paid advertising, so it's very clear to people that's what you're doing. If you're doing it in a more natural manner, if you want to promote what's going on just through updates, I would suggest make sure there's enough updates in between that are not promotional, where you're adding value. Because in general, if you're reasonably visible on LinkedIn, so you're posting something yourself or commenting on someone else 2-3 times a week, and these things are always valuable to your reader, then they will start paying attention to you. And then, if one day they find out like, oh, I can actually get help with this, then they're a lot more open to it. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and I do that. So I think then I guess I've built up enough credibility in order to not be concerned that I may be crossing a line in terms of promoting a workshop or a training, as long as I've given back to the community.
Yeah, I think you're doing that really well. And we also got to keep in mind that when you post something on LinkedIn, initially it's only shown to about 4 to 6% of your connections. So that's a tiny little fragment. And then if those people in some way engage with it, or whether they click like or comment, or even if they click that little see more, if you post this more than 3 to 5 lines, the see more pops in, then LinkedIn thinks, oh, this must be interesting content, and they'll show it to a broader bucket. People that often engage with your content will see more of it. So it's pretty hard to overdo it, because a lot of what we post is not even seen. But just in case, we always have some people in our network that have small networks themselves, so they will see everything we do. And for that reason, I would say give more value than promotional. And even when you do promote a workshop or something else that's a paid service, if in this more promotional post you could still add a tip and give some value, then it still pays for people to always stop and have a look if they see your face pop up.
I like that, Petra. Okay.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, thanks for that. We try and keep these videos very short because I, for one, do not have the patience to watch long videos on LinkedIn. I do that on Facebook. I do that in other spots, but on LinkedIn, I don't have the patience for it. So I don't want to bore you, my viewer, with it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lose eye contact again and read from my notes, because if you would like to find out more about Mary Jane, obviously you can look her up on LinkedIn, Mary Jane Roy, but she also got a website. And actually, I can say this one without getting to my notes, so that warning was not needed. It is creatingwaves.nl. So beware, even though Mary Jane operates in English, and she offers services outside the Netherlands, the website does have .nl at the end, so it's creatingwaves.nl. Thank you for watching, and there'll be another video shortly.